You know I got what it takes to make the IWC go insane. Quit playing, turn the music up a little bit. Ringside Renaissance, let's get into it.
Okay, writing bars now?
Yeah.
Yo, you know that old song, wanna be a baller, shot caller.
Yeah.
So all the way up until about 2 weeks ago, I thought they said shock collar and not shot collar.
Oh.
Like a shock collar.
You know, I always thought that song, you know, I'm free.
Yeah, free balling.
Free for it.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's free falling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to T Squared. I don't even know.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to a new episode of Ringside Renaissance. We're here with the RRW Weekly Review for Monday Night Raw. And I'm here with pretty deadly Jesse. Okay. And I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Yeah. Click, clack. Pow. Yeah. What's going on, Jesse? How you doing this morning, man?
I'm just doing fucking fantastic. How you doing today?
I'm good. Just, I'm hype and ready to go, so you know.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Yeah. Fuck yeah. What's going on? What's up?
What a beautiful
What's
day
up?
to be alive, man. Monday Night Raw finished up last night and about to get into it here. Boy, oh boy, we saw some returns, some crossovers from SmackDown. Yeah. Apparently
Sure
the
did.
draft doesn't make any sense, but
yeah. Oh, and just we're coming off live hot off SummerSlam, so we're still riding that wave a little bit, of course. Everybody's still kind of chasing that high of SummerSlam. We're still coming down from it. We're still in the honeymoon phase of SummerSlam of everything that's happening and coming back to reality slowly, I guess. And
there goes gravity.
Whoop, there goes. And we forgot to mention on the SummerSlam review, check it out, but we forgot to mention Jelly Roll. What did you think about that Jelly Roll choke slam?
I thought it was better than his musical performance, but
I agree. He was high up there when he threw him down. Yeah,
I liked when they did the 15 knuckle shuffle or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Miz and R-Truth had to help him up, like he couldn't get up on his own. I said, Jesus Christ,
you're slowing down the show. Yeah.
Come on, we got things to do here.
Yeah. Shout out Jelly Roll. Yeah.
No shout out to MGK. I don't fucking like him, but
no, that's the kill shot. Yeah.
So overall, like I've seen a lot on the IWC, on X and whatever, that a lot of people were saying this was one of, if not the best Raw ever. What did you think overall? Was it the best Raw ever?
I don't think it was the best Raw ever. I thought it was a solid episode, though. I don't think it was bad. Of course, what everybody's talking about, Raw was on SmackDown. Was it? No. Raw was on Sci-Fi. So you know what that meant. We were about to get some spooky stuff. They saved it for the main event. I think
they were
that's
smart doing that.
Yeah. Because that's what everybody seemed like they were there for in the IWC for the most part. People were going crazy wild. But yeah, I enjoyed Raw for the most part. I'll get some of that stuff later, but
yeah, it was a good ride. There was some stuff that I kind of just fell out with and kind of stopped paying attention. But for the hype stuff, I was really kind of bought into it. And
Yeah.
As much as I really haven't really cared too much for the Judgment Day stuff lately,
Right.
I'm kind of excited to see about that. I got some thoughts and some views on it, but we'll get into that when we get into the full review. But
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And starting it off,
I was going to say,
well, ladies and gentlemen, I deserve all your gratitude for Ringside Renaissance Ring General. How was that?
it was
Eh?
beautiful. I've
Eh?
missed it. I've missed it, man, because like
Eh?
Ludwig Kaiser's been out with some cracked
Yeah.
ribs apparently, so I haven't been graced with your
Right.
rendition of his intro in so long, and thank God it's back.
Yeah.
My
They also
favorite
call
part.
me the human Ken doll, too, just like him. So it's fitting. Yeah.
Are you all the way a Ken doll? So
Just from the top up.
okay. So,
I broke the
yeah,
mold for that one. Yeah.
I think they were very smart with this one, opening it up with Ludwig Kaiser. The
Yeah.
man has returned. My favorite part of Raw,
Right.
Raw being opened up, just being graced with, Niles Crane. I mean Ludwig Kaiser, introducing the new World Heavyweight Champion Gunther to the ring.
Yes.
And boy, that crowd was behind Gunther too. That was that they were very not opposed to Gunther being the new World Heavyweight Champion. You know,
No.
so
No. I mean, yeah, he's earned it and deserved it too. It's
yeah, you
impressive.
deserve it, Chance. You deserve it, Chance. We're
Right.
starting and stuff. You know,
Right. And he was trying to get under the people's skin too. He was doing what he had to do for sure. But like, just going back to Gunther, like if you look up his story and like where he's came from and like looked when he started in wrestling and how he looked, like his physique and like and how far he's came and all the work he's put in, it's really, really impressive. So once again, congratulations to Gunther. But I thought he kicked a hell of a promo before he got interrupted. You know,
saying that nobody's on his level, nobody can stand toe to toe with him. And I really thought this was going to be the return of John Cena.
Ooh,
and be like a Cena Gunther feud starting. Like that's really what I thought, and
yeah,
it wasn't that. But what we got is the next best thing.
yeah,
And I really like how they did this and how they incorporated this. This was very smart. Like on the part of Triple H, he just kept saying nobody was on his level, and he didn't hear anybody coming to challenge him. But what we did hear was voices in our head.
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They talk to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy Orton came out and he escaped from SmackDown to come confront the World Heavyweight Champion. And I thought they kind of buried this whole thing. I thought I didn't think they were going to bring up this whole thing with King of the Ring again. I thought it was kind of just over.
Yeah,
But
it was clever.
they leaned into it. Yeah, Randy Orton came in the ring and basically said Gunther had to thank him because if it wasn't for Randy Orton, Gunther wouldn't be champion because he got pinned and his shoulder wasn't down.
Right.
And he said the whole WWE universe knows it, Gunther knows it, Randy Orton knows it, and Triple H knows it. And
yeah, brought up the referee too.
Yeah. Yep. And they really leaned into this being a thing. And I thought it was very smart the way they did it, you know?
Yeah, it was smart. And it was like very believable too. And it was in it like it's got reality too, right? For what happened. So, and sometimes like Randy Orton's promos, since he had came back, they just seem like he's kind of going through the motions a little bit. Once in a while, I get that from him. Like he's fucking great and everything. And he's probably in the best shape out of all the old veterans ever. Without a doubt, if you even want to call him old, but for one of the veterans and the legends, seasoned
veteran,
for sure, definitely in the best shape out of all of them. But man, he knocked it out the park. Everything he said, I was just like glued, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, definitely. Like,
Yep.
I was bought in for Gunther and Randy Orton already.
Yeah.
Just from when he started talking.
And having Randy Orton be his first challenger, just to legitimize his title reign, to face somebody as decorated as Randy Orton. I don't think Randy Orton's going to take the title off him.
No.
And but for Gunther to get a win, to get hopefully a clean win this time. You know, no controversy and stuff, and it will only legitimize him as the World Heavyweight Champion, you know, because Damien Priest, okay, he was gaining some traction. He was a good champion for the short time he had it, but he's not Randy Orton, you know, and for Gunther to beat Randy Orton as champion.
And I'm not saying Gunther broke character or kayfabe at all, but you could kind of tell that he was like very appreciative that Randy Orton was out there and that's who his opponent was going to be too. Like, he respected it. Like, I'm there now. Like, you know.
Yeah, there was no shifty shit. They just talked about it. Randy Orton challenged him. Gunther accepted. They shook hands and they talked a little shit afterwards, but you know, it wasn't Randy, like he Kaiser didn't jump him. It wasn't like Orton went to leave the ring and Gunther hit him with the belt or nothing. It was just cut and dry respect, you know.
Yeah, there was no Kaiser after that part, really. Well, till his match, of course. But yeah, it was cool. And yeah, Randy Orton told him he wanted him to see it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Said no man ever.
Pause. Oh, Lord.
I want you to look right at it when it's coming.
Pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess.
He probably, like, when he's doing the horizontal hustle in the bedroom, he probably goes, RKO out of nowhere. Like, so we haven't. Boy, how many sound bites do you have on that thing?
Oh my God, I don't know.
So we have it set up for Bash in Berlin. I keep calling it Battle in Berlin, but that was in the 40s. Bash in Berlin. It's gonna be Randy Orton challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. Smart. I think it's very smart. Again, Gunther's probably gonna be the babyface there. Legitimize a title reign, and he's been using the sleeper a lot, so probably finish off Orton with the sleeper, so there's no controversy. It's just he's out, you know.
Okay, all right,
we'll see. But
bold predictions.
And our first hour of Raw was commercial free, and so I had no bathroom breaks for this one. But
it flew by too. Sometimes you're like, and they're putting the matches on, and they're just like, But
yeah, I was concerned because the hour free Raw after WrestleMania was just Cody and The Rock in the ring. Remember, for like 40 minutes. And it was like dragged.
Sometimes the hour or the commercial free segments that they do, you know, whatever wrestling promotion it is, a lot of times they haven't been that great lately.
Yeah,
but
yeah, they packed a lot in here though.
Yeah, so packed it in real tight.
They packed it tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so then we had a little backstage thing with Sheamus talking about Kaiser and Pete Dunne, and he's gonna he's gonna banger and banger and banger again.
Banger after banger
after banger.
Banger after banger. Yeah.
And he came out to challenge Ludwig Kaiser, who was already out by the ring because of the Gunther segment. And
right.
Great to see Gunther in the Kaiser in the ring. I'm sorry. And for a little guy, I mean, he's not little, but like, I mean, he's
short,
smaller
skinny,
build,
and lengthy.
Yeah,
lengthy.
But he makes his beatdowns look believable. Like, like I don't know what it is. Same thing with Ilya Dragunov, but like they're smaller guys, but like when they have a match against a bigger guy, it's almost I can buy into it. Like that he's really because Kaiser is very cerebral with the way he wrestles. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cerebral. Yeah. It was it was good, man. He is very he was very animated too last night. Like with it getting beat down and like his stuff. And I thought he might have showed even a little more that we haven't seen of him yet, as far as like his emotions and stuff like that. when he was wrestling. But Sheamus hasn't been quite doing it for me lately, but I thought this was a good match between them. Like, I actually enjoyed it. This is the first match in a while for Sheamus that I've enjoyed, and probably because Ludwig Kaiser is back, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was a hard-hitting match. Sheamus, like you said, Sheamus just isn't kind of really doing it for me lately.
Just the stories and whatever the hell. And the Pete Dunne thing, I don't give a shit about that. But
yeah, I don't really care about that at all. I think that's just a way to keep both of them relevant and on TV. But
right.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that at all. But Sheamus can still go in the ring and he can still put over younger talent, which it seems like that's kind of like what his goal is right now, is to kind of put over younger talent. And I know Kaiser lost and both of us were heartbroken about that, but he put on a good performance in the ring, and I don't think Kaiser is ready to be like on that level as like a top singles star right now.
Right.
But he's very he's in the mix.
He's getting his experience. He's there getting his TV time and making the most out of it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He gets his reactions too.
We're big fans of Ludwig Kaiser, and I hope there's something more for him down the line. But for right now, it was a good match for what it was. It showcased what it was, and it's not like he got beat by somebody that isn't established as a all-timer. Sheamus is very decorated, so for him to lose to Sheamus, I don't think hurt him very much.
No. It was good showing. It was disappointing. It's his first match back in a while, of course, and he lost it. But like you said, he lost to a veteran, so only experience.
So it's 1-1 now because Sheamus, Kaiser beat Sheamus their first match on Raw before he got hurt, and we saw a dark match where Sheamus beat Kaiser, but that's not kayfabe, I guess. So
it never happened.
Yeah, it never happened. So, so Kaiser won their first match against each other. Then Sheamus got this one back, so maybe they'll have a third one down the line. I don't really know, but
right.
I think it would mean a lot to have Kaiser win that.
Yeah, definitely.
So then we had Damien Priest. We kept rolling with this hour free, and there was stuff packed in it. Damien Priest came out to the ring like a man on a mission. Shout out Mabel and Mo, and
like a bat out of hell. Shout out to Meatloaf.
I would do anything for love,
but I won't do.
But I won't fuck Liv.
Oh, come on. Come on.
She's disgusting, bro.
Jesus.
It's disgusting. It looks like they have to peel those shorts off her after and like fucking throw them away right away. Put them in a hazmat bag and throw them away. So,
and
Damien,
what you're what's the problem with that? Damien fucking Priest marched his way out. We knew he was on a mission. We knew he was pissed from what happened. And I had just watched the Damien Priest documentary that he just put on Peacock. So I was feeling very extra about it, because you got to go watch it, because it's pretty emotional. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good story for sure. Like, nothing but respect. It made me respect him even more, and like his whole story and everything, and what's happened thus far, and then leading into what happened at SummerSlam, and then what happened last night on Raw. Like, it was I think they might have planned that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. What a coincidence.
Yeah, right. To build him as a babyface.
Yeah, but good on WWE, the way they released it and everything, and what ended up happening with the promo and everything. Because shit.
Yeah.
I was feeling for him.
So I mean, it was, I think the crowd was very behind him. I think that the whole "this is my new family" thing really kind of got over with the crowd.
Smart.
To me, like I've said before, and we'll bring up later with other stuff, there's a fine line between like getting the crowd behind you and pandering a little bit, like cheap pops. But I think he really kind of felt that and really kind of incorporated that in his little promo he had. So
it was good timing.
Was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't have like this Priest like while he was champion. We had like the really docile kind of low key whatever Priest. We didn't have like this fired up. Yeah, he needs to change his fucking song. But yeah. So for what this was, I thought it was really good. He told Finn Balor to come out and take his ass beating like a man. like a dastardly heel's just going to come out and take an ass beating like a man, but
Yeah, I was like, I don't think this is gonna happen.
that ain't gonna happen. So
no.
But what we did get was we got Finn Balor up on the screen, and
zoomed in just on him in the dark. Yeah,
with the purple light,
with a
purple rain.
Yeah,
purple rain.
They really like the color purple. That's their color. But
okay,
bit of a throwback of he was explaining why he did what he did as they do, you know.
Yes, he sure did. You know, he said he was almost champion last year, and Damien Priest told him he had to man up, and it took me a year to man up. Was I manned up? Fuck, dude, I'm nailing that accent today.
Talking about taking everything away from him and his family, right?
Yeah, there was no leaders in the Judgment Day until you became champion. Then you tried to be the leader, and
right.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of cool.
Shit. Really, pride that got underneath Damien's skin, like tugged on his heart a little bit. I think, like, I don't think Damien was expecting that because he wanted to fight, and then Finn he went for the heart, you know. Yeah, for sure.
Right for the jugular.
Yeah, he sure did.
Really took some shots at him and told him, like, I'm not going to come out and face you. I'm going to come get you when you don't see it coming and you have your guard down. And
exactly the opposite of what Randy Orton told Gunther.
Yeah. It's really interesting. It's funny how, like, the difference between a baby face and a heel. So towards the end of this, they zoomed out. And he's like, that might be your family, but this is my family. And they zoomed out, and like, this is the new Judgment Day. All right.
The same Judgment Day, just minus Rhea and
Priest. And add Liv. So this was my first critique of the night.
Okay.
You're going to get rid of Damien Priest, who's 6'5", 250 pounds. Don't replace him with anybody. And then replace Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan. And I know your fucking fandom for Liv Morgan and stuff, but realistically, look at Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley and who's more intimidating.
Yeah.
That Judgment Day does not look intimidating or like they're going to run roughshod on Raw whatsoever. It just looks like a bunch of fucking 180-pound jobbers.
Yeah, it looks like some goofs now, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
It's dumb. In reality, like, I like, come on. I like Liv. Like, I really do think Liv is a good wrestler, and I have been like a Liv fan, you know, for a while. But also in reality, like, it's kind of like, come on now. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And it's just even harder with like the IWC, the way that they react to this whole freaking, like, I joke about it, this whole love thing with Dom and Liv, but sometimes they're a little too bought in on it. Like, it's like real or something. Oops, did I say? Yeah.
Boy, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Like, let it go. They're not really together. Like, oh my God, they're sharing PDA. Like, this is what Dom needed. Like, come on.
Oh, I've seen enough. Dom and Liv is better than Dom and Rhea. Like,
come on. Like,
they've been together.
Yeah.
One show. Like,
yeah. Like, I get it. I love Liv too, and I love the story, and I think it's great, the whole triangle thing. But come on, people. Come on.
I think people buy into it way too much sometimes. There's like a weird there's a weird kind of line people are crossing with some of this stuff.
I'm not sure if they even like wrestling or if they're just like soap operas.
Yeah, that's okay, that's fair.
Do they watch the wrestling or do they just watch the kissing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. And boy, oh boy, man, Mrs. Mysterio has got to be one of the strongest women I know for, like, having Dom do all that weird shit with multiple women now and have her just be okay with it. That's kind of whatever. But anyway, so we have, and I'm a big fan, like you said, you're a fan of Liv. I'm a big fan of Finn Balor, and I think he's great in the ring too. But like, you lose Damien Priest, who was like the muscle of that group, and Rhea Ripley, who was the fucking muscle of the group,
right?
And don't add anything, but like a two-timing hoe. Like, it's like,
literally,
like,
quoted straight from Michael Cole and Pat McAfee's mouth.
That two-timing hoe.
Dom, that son of a bitch. They let that slide too.
Oh.
He let it fly during SummerSlam, but they let it fly during Raw too. So props
Yeah,
to
did you hear?
yeah.
Pat says, and then like Michael Cole was like, Pat, you gotta whatever. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm just worked up or something. I was like, Jesus, it's too fucking good.
Oh man,
I love Pat McAfee, man. Anything Pat McAfee just adds so much to that commentary. I have to keep saying it because it just is amazing.
going back to that pre-show too, like for SummerSlam, I might have to spit the water to show I got skills too. You know,
You're gonna short out your computer and shit just to show you got skills.
I got skills with a Z.
Yeah. So moving on from that, next is the first kind of.
I wasn't sure where they were going with that too. Like I thought it ended good with the whole Judgment Day thing, and they definitely got the better of Damien Priest. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, but I'm not sure where it's gonna go. But later in the night, we'll get to it when we get to it, and yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it kind of like you said, it kind of just threw Damien off his game. People weren't really sure. Right. Everybody knew Rhea's going to align with Damien, but like, where was she at the time? You know,
wasn't sure how they were going to do it and how he was going to respond to it, but I liked it. Yeah,
right. I did too, very much. Yeah. Next, you had Lyra Valkyria against Shayna Baszler.
Lyra got a big reaction too, like with the woo woo or whatever they were doing during like her entrance music theme. Pat was doing it too, I think, right? But
yeah, well, because Michael Cole explained it because Lyra Valkyria it's like some lore where she like, I don't know if people let us know in the comments. I have no fucking clue. If
okay.
Like,
I was gonna say because I don't know. I must have missed that part real quick. Yeah,
but like Lyra Valkyria is like if it was Roman or Greek mythology or something like that, where they came to battle disguised as a raven.
Gotcha.
And that's why she wears the feathers and stuff. And they were in Baltimore, the Baltimore Ravens. So they were doing the Baltimore Ravens like cheers for her. Come on, man, keep up, bro. I can't fucking keep.
Gotcha. I appreciate it.
It's hard. It's hard for me and my stature to keep filling in the gaps. So we have to.
They say Baltimore, and I think The Wire. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Then I think the power going out at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Lyra Valkyria and Shayna Baszler. I'm a fan of both of these girls. This match just wasn't kind of for me. It was just, again, seemed like a filler match.
Yeah.
Had some good stuff back and forth. Lyra Valkyria got the upper hand on Shayna Baszler, and then the rest of the two finger team.
Yeah, I don't know what do they have a name yet?
There's a lot of names swirling around on the internet that I'm not going to repeat. But
gotcha.
Yeah, so
let us know in the comments.
Let us
your
know
favorite
in the comments. Yeah. So we'll make a t-shirt. So
say it, we won't.
Yeah. So Shayna Baszler was Lyra Valkyria was getting the upper hand on Shayna Baszler. The rest of them jumped in. Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville started beating her up.
Mm-hmm.
That was that, I guess.
So
they got ran off.
They got ran off to go do it to somebody else. They're just the bullies of Raw now, apparently.
Yeah, not feeling it.
No.
But what I was feeling was up next is another in-ring promo. It was CM Punk came out to the ring. And, this was great. Everything about this was great. People, everybody's got their own opinions, but to me personally, everything he does on the mic, he doesn't have to overdo stuff in the ring because what he does on the mic hypes up the moment so much that the in-ring stuff doesn't have to be over the top.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, exactly. Everything he says is like for a reason. You can tell it's like, even if it's not like scripted or what, I'm sure he's got an idea what he wants to talk about or whatever, but he doesn't just say anything for any reason.
Yeah.
Well, he was fiery and heated too. And he made some good points. And we already figured what he was going to kind of get at, like by how the match ended. Like, you can't be mad. You're mad you lost, of course, but you live to fight another day, and you're here, right? So,
and it was very much, and that's basically what his whole thing was. I'm not mad. It's only just begun. Like, this war has just begun. It's not,
right.
why am I going to be mad? I lost one battle, and hyped it up. He's like, oh, I'm not mad because I'm here in Baltimore, and I've been in Baltimore in 10 years,
Right.
pandering to the crowd a little bit. And
yeah, good babyface stuff. He knows just what to say and how to say it when and where.
Yep.
Just the right time.
And he said he was ready for a fight in Baltimore, and while he was...
Yeah, sorry. He brought up that this is a start, right? Because he came back to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And that usually that starts at Royal Rumble, but it started last night, and yeah.
I know how you feel about that one.
Yeah, hell yeah. Remember what I said? CM Punk wins a championship at WrestleMania. Kombat Jones will get a CM Punk tattoo.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah.
Where are you going to get it?
I don't know. Maybe I'll let the IWC decide. Anywhere below the
neck. My vote is on the dong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You should get the
just the
best
tip.
Yeah. You should get the best in the world, like haloed on your stomach and have it pointing down.
That's clever. That might be like that might be
the one.
Yeah, that's smart. I mean, that might be a unique one too. I don't know if that'll ever have been done. Yeah, and those words specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it that you got it done. I don't need proof.
Clever. Clever.
So while he was talking, in the middle of talking, he was interrupted by Seth freaking Rollins.
That son of a bitch.
He was pissed off, and Seth Rollins came out, and he was looking for a fight.
He was looking for a fight, and he was talking shit, and he came out dressed like a freaking cowboy, and Punk's like, oh, you want to be dressed like some goofy-ass Liberace-looking cowboy? Get your ass in the ring, and I'll be your Huckleberry. Shout out to Tombstone.
Tombstone, yes,
baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good. And, they got in the ring and they were about to throw down, but they didn't throw down because we had yet another interruption by Drew McIntyre. And
Punk should have said, he didn't, but he should have said, and I got 2 GTSs, one for each of you.
If you know, you know. So.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah. So Drew McIntyre came out and said, he's like, oh, we shouldn't be fighting. It's time. Drew McIntyre is fucking phenomenal in all this. I'm just so...
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of root against Drew McIntyre right now. Just his work is so good right now.
Everything he says, is for a reason, too. Everything he does is, spot on, perfect. I don't know how he got there. He's gotten better and better, but... his whole babyface champion run was great and he had good moments, but ever since he came back and started this whole thing, everything is just killing it, on another level. I don't know how better to put it in better words. I don't even know what to say. Yeah.
He's working with Punk, man. And I'm sure these two are best buddies off screen, working stuff out. Oh, throw this jab at me. Oh, that'd be great. I'll throw this at you.
It's awesome.
I'm not pulling that curtain back, but
they
have great chemistry, and
I would assume Seth is on the same level as I would assume they've probably worked their shit out too.
Yeah,
behind the curtain,
Yeah, so Drew basically said you can stay down there. I'm hanging out up here with my and he held up the bracelet and your stupid dog and your lovely wife or whatever.
Yeah.
So Punk took off, man. He scaled that fucking barricade, and he could have ran in the hurdles in the Olympics, man. He fucking went over that barricade.
Seth Rollins too. I don't even. Yeah, they were ready to go. Yeah.
So, and this is kind of where I fell out a little bit because Seth Rollins was left in the ring, and we had big Bronson Reed come in
out of nowhere randomly.
Yeah, because he told Adam Pearce earlier in the night that he was going to make a name for himself if he couldn't.
Right.
Because he was upset that Sheamus got a match. Sheamus and Kaiser had a match, and he didn't. And
poor baby.
Yeah, so he came out and just completely annihilated. Shout out Nia Jax. He completely annihilated Seth Rollins, and
Jesus, what did he give him? Like fucking 10 splashes off the top rope? He just wouldn't stop.
Tsunami!
Michael Cole. Yeah, Michael Cole was amazing. Tsunami.
Not another, god damn it, stop him! Tsunami! He's going up against somebody, get in the way, Tsunami!
That's a hell of a man coming down from that top rope. I give him that. And Seth Rollins was coughing up blood.
So sad.
That blood capsule popped.
Is this a way to write off Seth Rollins from TV again? Like, I don't know if he's fully healed, man, because like, okay, so WrestleMania, he got hurt. Obviously, he was out. He came back, had the match with Damien Priest, and then that's the only match he's had. And then he was a guest referee at SummerSlam, and now like it seems like they're writing him off again.
And I know he had looked good in that match, but like I said, it looked like he was favoring his leg still in it, or his knee, or whatever it was. Like at that one point, I don't know if he's completely healthy, honestly, just based off everything. Yeah, he hasn't been jobbing out like he always did, right?
Yeah.
So,
and it's interesting because, I just don't. If he's not getting wrote off TV, is he just going to go into a feud with Bronson Reed? I don't think Bronson Reed's on that level, like to be in a feud with Seth Rollins. Like
maybe that's what they're doing next. I don't know.
Oh, please, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it really is interesting because you got to feel like the Seth Punk Drew thing isn't finished. Obviously, Drew and Punk aren't finished, but is Seth gonna take a temporary hiatus from that to put over Bronson Reed and build him up now, maybe to add some more credibility to him?
Boy.
So maybe Seth is better and they're going to have a match, or they need him off television. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you have any inside knowledge or anything like that, let us know.
Yeah, were you at SummerSlam?
We won't
Tell
share.
us if you were at SummerSlam.
Yeah. We can keep a secret.
Yeah, so next up we had the New Day and the Authors of Pain. This was nothing for me. I don't like I said, I like the whole Karrion Kross, but everything he's done, I just don't like.
I like the New Day. I mean,
yeah.
Well, years ago, I mean, they haven't really done much, right? I respect the hell out of them, and Kofi Kingston, and then Xavier Woods for the videotape, and whatever. What? Huh? Oh, very nice, yes.
Man, man. we gotta turn the page on this conversation.
Yeah. No, they had the cool Ninja Turtles gear though. And
and the Ninja Turtles action figures. I don't know when they come out, but
yeah, they got the Ninja Turtle New Day action figures, and then the ring attire. So that was cool, and it was a way for them to debut a new member of the New Day.
Yeah. So Odyssey Jones came out during the match, and
he's from NXT, I assume. I know I've heard his name, and I think that's where I saw him. I'm not like a regular NXT watcher every week, so I couldn't tell you. But people seem pretty pumped on the IWC and Twitter about it, though. So that's cool. Big dude.
Yeah.
He was throwing them around like.
Yeah, Odyssey's an interesting name. It sounds like American Gladiators when they used to have like.
Yeah.
This is Laser. This is Scorpion. This is Odyssey. Or like a
Glacier
like a stripper.
No, maybe not.
A stripper name at Diamond Dolls or something. Ladies and gentlemen, Odyssey.
Pandora's Box.
Yeah, so Odyssey Jones came out, attacked Karrion Kross. The New Day got the roll-up win. He came in and beat up the Authors of Pain, and Kofi Kingston was celebrating with him, and Xavier Woods didn't seem really too thrilled to have Odyssey Jones with him. Maybe he was surprised. It just kind of seemed...
Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of that. So I'm wondering if that's going to be like a turn for Xavier Woods on them, but then it also seemed like they were adding them to the New Day, and now they're back together with three guys, and so we'll see. Maybe that's going to piss Xavier Woods off a little bit. Xavier Woods off a little bit on Kofi Kingston and start a feud there for Bad Blood.
Now the big question in the whole Ringside Renaissance fan base is Odyssey Jones and Kombat Jones related?
I don't
you guys
know.
resemble each other a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's very believable. It's very believable. So maybe
striking resemblance.
Oh yeah, or if not, we're very close cousins. Yeah.
Kissing cousins?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't kiss and tell. So yeah.
Oh man, if it was Liv, you'd kiss and smell. Now we had next stage. We had a JD McDonough vignette, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because there is no way on God's green earth that anybody can make JD McDonough look fucking menacing or believable in any way.
You'd be pleasantly surprised.
I think JD McDonough is the only person that is less intimidating than Jack Perry.
The human bobblehead JD, old JD, old boy. Yeah. Little.
Yeah. I don't fucking know, bro.
Lucky Charms? Old Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a JD that would be kind of funny. Just Dong? No.
Old Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Yeah, so he did this vignette thing about how he's going to fight Damien Priest later, and realistically, come on, man. Like,
and I don't claim to be a wrestler, and I'm not in great shape or anything.
No.
But,
No, you're not.
No, but I'd feel comfortable stepping in the ring with old JD. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know.
It
just wasn't very, didn't sell too much. And this is why I think the whole thing is kind of fumble, because like I said, Finn Balor is proven and, established and stuff like that, but there's no other, maybe Carlito, but there's no other person in that group that's even like menacing or believable as being like a threat at all.
Yeah. Nobody ever, we didn't ever want you in the group.
Yeah.
Like all they've done is clown JD the whole time, and now they want him to be this thing, and now him and Finn Balor are like best buds.
They touch tips.
Yeah. Okay. Or whatever, whatever. Yeah, not my business.
They switch it up. I'm sure, I'm sure they don't get stale with one thing. So then we had another crossover. A-Town Down Under faced the Awesome Truth.
Yeah.
Again, nothing I'm really...
No.
They kind of teased, I feel like A-Town Under beat the Awesome Truth, and I think they kind of teased Miz turning on R-Truth here at the end a little bit.
Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah,
for the 100th time. Yeah.
But yeah, A-Town Down Under on Raw is kind of, I don't know why they crossed over. Again, makes the maybe they're doing it a little bit because of what we're thinking of Sami and Jay going over to SmackDown for the whole Bloodline thing. Maybe they're just doing it to kind of normalize people crossing shows a little bit. I don't know.
Right.
But
the draft doesn't count after SummerSlam.
Yeah, nothing matters. Nothing is real.
Nothing ever matters.
So, man, we're hitting Metallica today. It's Nothing Else Matters. But
nothing. Okay.
A-Town Down Under defeated the Awesome Truth. And like I said, Miz came in the ring and kind of was a little bit...
Yeah.
Might be a turn coming there. Then we had... Okay, so Damien Priest had like a pre-tape backstage talking about JD McDonough. And he was standing in the same room that JD McDonough was standing in to do his pre-tape. The background looked very similar.
Yeah.
And it was like, if this match was just... Okay, so... They were building it like JD and Damien Priest like just signed this match on Raw to face each other, because Finn was like, I'm not going to fight you, but JD will.
Yeah.
So how did Damien Priest have time to tape this pre-tape?
He must have went right and back after the other one and, taped it. But
roll the camera.
It was fucking heated, though. Like, he brought this one back. He brought this one to the streets. He was getting fucking gangster, talking about he's got extra fucking clips. Like, he you could tell he was gonna let this one fly. Like,
Man, oh man,
shit was
he
gonna
ready
get
to go.
fucked up. Yeah, like
In any sort of reality, this led into Damien Priest versus JD McDonough next. He was accompanied by Carlito. In any way whatsoever, why wouldn't this just be like a fucking 5-move squash match? Like,
yeah, it sort of was, but then it wasn't, right?
yeah, JD shouldn't have gotten any offense whatsoever on this. This was kind of, I think that hurts. It hurts Damien Priest to let JD get any offense in on this one.
Yeah, and even like at first, you could see like the look on JD's face, like, oh shit, oh fuck, like
Yeah,
because he's had segments going up into this, like back weeks and weeks, where like they'll sign him up for matches, right? And he looks completely shook. But then you expect him to cut up the promo like this and come out and then look freaking Damien Priest in the face, like I'm equal to you and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. No,
yeah, it just wasn't.
Come on,
I just didn't feel it very much.
But oh Lord, Damien Priest with those punches on JD, man, he was
laid him in,
freaking lacing them into him. And like I've always thought about it, like before I put it together in my head, that like Damien Priest with these punches, like it's very reminiscent of like the Undertaker's punches, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see that, right? So a little bit Roman Reigns, he does it a little bit too, like that sometimes. But after watching the Damien Priest documentary, you learn that Undertaker is why he started wrestling. That's his main influence, if you can't tell by his bondage Undertaker ring attire, which he got
everything about him.
Yeah, but it all came together. But man, he put a beating on JD.
Yeah, you're really plugging this Damien Priest documentary, man. Do you work for Levesque or what? So
I have no affiliations officially.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't want any money or anything. Just send a couple tickets my way. Maybe a Pretty Deadly shirt that's never in my size on WWEshop.com.
Not yet, but put it out there for the universe. Speak it into existence for whatever it is. Like our phone lines and our emails are open.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
So if we'll come work and pander for anybody, like if it means we get paid royally and don't have to do our day jobs. So
and we get to go to live events. Yeah, mainly.
Oh yeah. We only got to go to like 2 or 3 a year. We don't got to go to very many.
Yeah, we'll even work just weekends, couple of days a week, talk some wrestling. Yeah.
One day a week.
Yeah,
it's just
it's what the people want.
Yeah, we'll commentate for speed.
Yeah,
it's just let us do something.
Yeah.
So anyway, Damien Priest won via DQ. The Judgment Day came in, started beating him down.
Figured that was going to happen. Yeah.
It looked like he was in fucking Munchkin land. Like Damien Priest against all, like he towers over everybody and outweighs all of them. And if you notice, Carlito came in and gave a couple kicks here and there, but Carlito kind of held back on the beat down a little bit. I think he almost seemed like a little reluctant.
Yeah.
Like he was questioning it a little bit. Finn came out and
I think he's just there for the ride, just for the entertainment.
Yeah, but this is my whole thought process right now. I'll get to it. But, Finn came out, Liv came in and gave some of the most vicious kicks I've ever seen in my life. And, bro, she stinks. And she's bad at wrestling too. But,
Jesus. Come on.
So
I call bullshit.
Okay. So 4 pro wrestlers. I'm sorry. Dominic, Finn, JD, and Carlito can't hold Damien Priest down, but Liv Morgan with those kicks, boy, he just couldn't overcome that.
You don't get to be the women's world champion, Raw Women's World Champion, by being a bad wrestler.
You can't. It's not who you know, it's who you blow. So they were beating down on Damien Priest, and all of a sudden we got,
"This is my brutality."
Oh man,
yeah.
Rhea, let fucking Kombat Jones do your next entrance music. So Rhea came down to the ring and she was not fucking around today.
No. Oh man, it was so cool, and the audience was like popping for this the whole time for Rhea and Damien Priest. Like that's what made me like really happy too. Like they were getting into it. So Come on. How could you not love it? Like those two, then they embraced, of course, but they just beat the shit out of all of them. They had them all running. Freaking Finn ended up face to face with Damien in the ring after that. And
Yeah, it was really kind of a cool build. And when it was just when
Finn?
they cleared out,
yeah.
And then Liv and Dominic and Finn and JD took off. And it was Rhea and Damien in the ring, and Carlito you could see walking on the outside, just kind of putting his hands up, walking. So this was my thought process of it. It's Rhea and Damien, so 4 or 2. I mean, Jesus Christ, so I'm doing Scott Steiner math here. So it's 2 on 4 or 5 right now,
right?
So is Carlito gonna jump and join Damien and Rhea to kind of even the odds a little bit with this,
Yeah, could happen.
I don't know. There was a little bit of body language there because Carlito really doesn't have any affiliation. And what I thought about was like Rhea, when she came back, kept asking, what the hell is Carlito doing here? Like that was kind of just like a comedy spot.
Just there for the chicken tendies and the watch the whole Live thing. And he just wants to catch a little peep show,
Yeah,
maybe
he's just chilling, but
peeping
maybe
Tom.
Maybe he'll join up with Damien and Rhea to kind of even the odds a little bit because they're outnumbered now. There has to be something in there that comes up,
Right.
So,
but man, it was brutal though, and that South of Heaven choke slam to JD. Yeah. Oh my freaking God! Threw him through the ring, man, like from
Rhea
skyscraper, like
Rhea throwing Liv off the ring post, like. Fucking
and I didn't think she was. I didn't think she was going to catch Liv. Like the way that they both Dominic and Liv bolted out of there. I thought they were just going to go out, but she fucking grabbed her, man. She got a hold of her and bounced her head off the ring post, man. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what's going on. Then Damien Priest and Rhea hug in the ring after and stuff got a great pop.
Yeah, it was great pops all around for that whole segment. So it made everything that happened leading up to it that night for the Judgment Day worth it. I thought like it paid off.
Yeah, for sure. Then we had Sonya Deville came out. She was supposed to fight Dakota Kai, but they attacked the Damage Control backstage. Was it last week? And
apparently Damage Control is good now. Yeah, right. Because if they're getting attacked by which is like whatever. Blah.
Yeah. And Dakota Kai couldn't wrestle. We had Io Sky come out and challenge Sonya Deville. I hate to sound like a hater or nothing, but I literally stopped. Like my ADHD had me staring at the wall, and then next thing I knew, it was a commercial and the match was done, and I had no clue who won this. I had to go back and watch it this morning.
Yeah.
Apparently, Io Sky defeated Sonya Deville.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah. And so I like me some Io Sky sometimes too. Like she's good. Like
yeah, me too. But we have this menacing.
It's just
double whatever group,
triple double.
They're supposed to be these big bads on Raw, and they both they had 2 losses this week.
Right.
So, Shayna Baszler lost to Lyra Valkyria, then Sonya Deville lost to Io Sky. So
why are we supposed to give a shit?
Yeah. So then we had Sami and Jay backstage, and this kind of teased some more. Sami looked a little upset, and then Jay came in and said that he needed to get back on the horse and he needed to challenge Braun Breaker to a rematch and win the IC title. Then they got to win over the tag champions, so they're going to win the tag titles together.
Yeah, it's cool.
Seems like Jay is kind of falling back into not being a singles wrestler anymore. Like as over as he is, can we all just kind of admit maybe it was a failed experiment to have him as a singles wrestler?
Right. It's not that he's bad either, but I mean he's clear what his strengths are, right?
Yeah,
and what everybody
so
wants.
Much single talent right now.
Yeah,
like I mean, there's not enough spaces, and I understand these push movements, like push Zelina, push Dakota Kai, push this person, push that person. There's only so many places people can be pushed to. Like, I'm sorry, you can have 5,000 retweets about how much you like a certain wrestler, and oh my god, they're going to win a championship. Newsflash, they ain't gonna win a fucking championship. There ain't very much.
Tell them.
There ain't very many places these people can go to,
Talk
and
to
they have, they have these. they have these established stars, and your fucking favorite wrestler is not one of them.
Yeah.
So fuck off, motherfucker. I'm done.
Okay. There you go.
Mr. Kennedy. I was gonna do that to start a show one time, but I just ruined it.
That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So so Jay and Sami backstage, and it looks like next week we have Sami challenging Bron Breakker for the IC title in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah, for him to get completely finished off to end the feud, and Bron to move on to whoever is next for him. That's how I see it.
Yeah. It's interesting to see who Bron Breakker's next challenger is going to be after this, because is he an established babyface or heel? Like, it's really kind of undetermined. The fans like him, but
Right.
I think they were trying to portray him as a heel. So who would be his next challenger? Like, who is mid-card that would fit into that?
I don't know.
I was asking. It was a rhetorical question.
No,
I just
sorry.
really, just throwing it out.
I was thinking,
let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Who do you want to see face Bron Breakker
for the IC title?
Yeah.
And it could be someone from SmackDown, because they don't care about brands anymore. So
that's true.
And then we got to the main event, what everybody was waiting for, and I'm sure what everybody's waiting for our opinions on it. We had
on Sci-Fi.
We had Chad Gable and the Creed brothers coming out to the ring talking about how they are American made now.
Yeah.
And on Sci-Fi. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Super exciting. And American Made came out to the ring. And
so stupid. So mid for the main event.
But yeah. Oh, the whole main event. I thought you were talking about just American Made.
Well, yeah. Okay. I am.
Because that's a play on his original tag team was American Alpha, and then they had the Alpha Academy. Now they have American Made. It's just
but they're just putting these guys in the main event now, like just to
the Creed brothers. Yeah,
I mean, not that they're bad. I don't got nothing against them, but it's like
besides Chad Gable, when's the last time any of these 6 guys had a match? And then they're just going to be fucking featured in the main event.
Right.
And it's really great because American Made came out to the ring. They got in the ring, and then there was a commercial break before the Wyatt Sick came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, thank God that they conform enough to not have their entrance music played till after a commercial's done. Like,
yeah, they didn't glitch the commercial out and put a QR code through the commercial.
Yeah, this scary group, but they, they have to confine to the laws of fucking advertisements.
And then it was time for Raw on Sci-Fi, and what everybody was waiting for. Dum, 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 dum.
My finger keeps slipping.
Yowie wowie!
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God they found another key on that keyboard. They found another key. It's what I asked for, at least, because the whole time with this Bray Wyatt, well, not Bray Wyatt, but the Wyatt 6 shit. It's been one key played the whole time. They sped it up, and then they went into, I believe it's called Shatter.
I believe so.
Yeah, they stole Bray Wyatt's song. Slowly made their way out through the fog, smoke machines.
We had 13 minutes left to Raw, and they fucking have to sit here and drag their feet.
Yeah. And in all due respect to Bray Wyatt, because they had the rocking chair and the lantern sitting out on the stage, for where he would have been, to show respect to him. nothing but respect because, as you could see, I've been a Bray Wyatt fan and a Fiend fan at times, right? But they're just, like we said, they're just pandering this whole thing. And we didn't get any Uncle Howdy or Bo Dallas either.
Yeah, he just sat in a chair the whole time, laughing, just like Bray Wyatt used to do.
Yeah.
To the fans, I think this is a great tribute, like as far as the fans are concerned, and the fans are really bought into it.
Right.
As far as WWE is concerned, I think this is just a cash grab and pandering at this point. You mentioned it last week,
right.
And that's just what this seems to me. It's the same thing. It's plug and play. Instead of Bray Wyatt, we have Bo Dallas sitting in a chair fucking laughing with a lantern in his hand.
And it's unoriginal in a little bit. Like, and I just don't think it's like scary or like that spooky. Like, I feel like if they wanted to and they really would have, they could get creative. They could make like how the videos used to first start. They could have done something a little scarier to creep people out, or I don't know. Just like some of those masks and all that, it just doesn't do it for me. And like they were fine in the ring, whatever. I'm not going to say they are bad wrestlers because let's face it, they're not. What's his name? The Bludgeon Brother guy.
Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan, yeah. I mean, he's got history. He was with the original Wyatt family.
Yeah.
He's good, okay? And the other ones they were in NXT, they're good too. Like they could wrestle, but it's just like the whole gimmick thing of what they're doing. It's just, I don't know. And to build it up over all that time and not sell, and for it to be a back and forth match too, and not a squash match, really. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, if they're really sick in the head and
supernatural powers,
and deranged and everything else, but they adhere to the rules of a tag team match. Like, oh, you got to make sure you get a legal tag, and like
I thought Dexter Lumis looked more sinister and like psycho and scary in NXT than he did last night, even though he had the crazy hair and the makeup. Like,
yeah, no, he looks better with the short hair and the fucking American Psycho look or something. But
playing the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like Otis from fucking Devil's Rejects. It's all this. It's, I don't know. And then they had the video package. Oh, Bray Wyatt debuted in Baltimore however many years ago, and da. So they had like a whole Bray Wyatt video.
Yeah,
it's pandering, bro. That's all this is. It's just fucking cheap pandering.
Cheap heat, kind of. Yeah, not cheap heat, but cheap pops in a way, right? It's just
What's the ceiling for the Wyatt 6-6?
Right.
Like, what's the ceiling? What is the end game with all this? And I saw people online like, oh, well, Chad Gable betrayed his family and they're all about family. Newsflash, Chad Gable didn't betray his family. He treated them like shit, but he didn't betray them. They left him.
Yeah.
So like that your storyline and your logic does not fucking make sense. And then on top of that, okay, so the Judgment Day just kicked out Damien Priest and Rhea Ripley. So is the Wyatt 6-6 going to go after the Judgment Day now?
Yeah, it's wrestling stories. Who doesn't betray? Like, everybody has betrayed somebody at this point. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
And like to think that the Wyatts haven't betrayed each other too at some point too, and they're like, oh God.
The initial debut of this group, they murdered 30 people backstage.
Yeah.
And now they're coming out and just having a 6-man tag. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
And they're not superhuman at all for that. The Fiend had more, less. The Fiend sold less, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then when people online I've seen say that this was Bray's original vision for Uncle Howdy. And it's like, but how is this his original vision? Because Uncle Howdy is just playing the role of Bray Wyatt. So I don't understand any of this. I think it's fucking dumb.
Why couldn't we just got Bo Dallas versus Chad Gable or something?
Right. And they would have done well to have that documentary come out, have Bo Dallas just start showing up at Raw. Oh, I've lost my brother. I don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't know what to do. And just be himself, and then maybe slowly transition into wearing the mask and whatever. This is the only place I feel like I'm still connected to my brother, wearing this mask and being this character. I feel like he's still with me. And then maybe later down the line, introducing the group. But then you have like all these guys that, like you said, Eric Rowan's the only one connected to the original Bray Wyatt family. And trying to explain all of their reasoning for being there. And then, okay, so leading up to this, all these videos that they've shown, Michael Cole's like, oh, who is that? What is this? We don't understand. But then when they were in the ring today, he knew their whole backstory of why they're there and what they're doing there. Oh, this is Joe Gacy. He felt alone and sick in his head until Uncle Howdy found him. It's like, you didn't know what any of this was 4 weeks ago. Now all of a sudden you know the entire backstory. Like, fucking dumb.
Oh, man. And IWC loves it, too. Of course, they think it's... Well, most of them. I got some comments that were agreeing with it last night. You know, a little bit. That it was kind of just cheap. Like, I don't know. I get it. All due respect to Bray Wyatt and his legacy and all that. But just because they're doing that doesn't mean you got to act like you love it. You know, everybody's been through stuff where they've lost people, and then people come out the woodwork and act like they were best friends with these people, or they loved them so much, you know, now that they're gone. But in reality, they barely give a shit when they were here.
Yeah. So we've had tragic losses of wrestlers. Like we've had Shad from Crime Time die. They never did like a tribute group to him. Owen Hart tragically died in the ring. We never did like a tribute group to him.
Right.
You know, Eddie Guerrero died. I know Rey Mysterio did his kind of little tribute, did his little tribute thing, but there was no, you know, so what sets this apart? You know, I don't really get it.
And I get it. They went off the air and they all showed respect and they were pointing up, you know, to sky or ceiling or whatever. And people,
I love how he's got the LED light lantern. Like, and they showed him, he was on TV, like flipping the switch to turn it on. Like, ooh, that's fucking menacing. These guys are so creepy, and they blow out an LED light. That's,
Big Lots. Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, yeah. Yeah. Shout out Big Lots. But yeah, obviously the Wyatt 661, I don't think anybody would think any differently.
Right. So, yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense to me. It's kind of dumb.
Let us know in the comments what you think about it, why you're so crazy about it. Are you part of the Wyatt 6 cult?
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
If you are, like I said, if it's what you like, that's great. But this is our show, so I can say what the fuck I want. And this is dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. And, you know, like people are like, oh, Undertaker used to do spooky, you know, fucking whatever, you know, superhuman stuff and whatever. First of all, I wasn't really ever a big fan of when he did that stuff. And second of all, I was 8.
Right.
So like,
I was when I was a kid, but I thought it was actually spooky. Like,
right.
I thought it was different.
Right.
I don't know. This is different to me.
There's people on the internet 37 years old saying that this is fucking, oh my God, what they're doing is just so great. Oh man, I really identify with this, man. Oh, it's a real great tribute. You know, Bray Wyatt got me through some really hard times in my life by wearing a scary mask and setting himself on fire. I related to that so much. And I don't know how else I was going to live, but then Bo Dallas came in as Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt 6-6, and they really transformed my life because now I got something to live for again because I'm 26 years old and I record down in my mom's basement and think I'm going to be the next star on social media, and I just don't know what else to do but watch Bray Wyatt and jerk off. I had more, but I figured you were getting sick.
Hold on, that was good.
I had a lot more in the tank. I had a lot more in the tank, but I figured you were getting sick of it. So
tell me how you really feel.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I just think one day I want to be a successful social media influencer, and I just want to tackle all these topics and let people know I want my opinions to see the light of day. So if you just cut off my video,
and you know it.
That's my cue to stop. I got you.
That was good. Bombs, hot takes, yeah, to the whole IWC. Fuck y'all. No, this damn Wyatt 6 shit, man. Like, it's got me sick.
I'm sick
in the head of it. Like, I'm just so sick of it. Like, it's cool, but come on, man. Could have saved it for Halloween. When is it going to keep going on? It's like they just did a tribute. Now is it over? Like, where are they going from this now? Like, who are they going to beef with now? They finished off American Made or whatever the fuck they're called. American Alpha, Academy Alpha, whatever. Yeah. what's next?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? Like you said, what's the game plan? Can we just get to it? Like, they paid their tribute. Now, buy their T-shirt, send them off into the sunset, show them respect, and give us some Bo Dallas or something. I don't know.
People online were saying that Uncle Howdy should feud with Cody Rhodes. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Tell me you don't know wrestling without telling me you don't know wrestling.
Right.
Like, go watch the new Conjuring movie and fuck the fuck off. Like,
how does this stack up to like the Wyatt family versus the Shield? Like, come on.
Right.
Like that was like great. This is trash mid compared to that. Like, I'm not surprised they saved it for the main event with all, they might as well have, because they put all the money and the time leading up to it. And for everybody that thought that they were going to have matches and everything, way sooner, well, I'll take my due now, because they didn't even wrestle at freaking SummerSlam, man. Like,
yeah. I could go down to down to 2nd Avenue and the corner of 2nd Avenue and Crank Street on a fucking random Saturday night and see scarier people walking around than the fucking Wyatt 6'6". Like,
yeah, Spirit of Halloween just opened up, and by God dang,
that was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that was Raw. Now we got SmackDown to look forward to. Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief, returning, the head of the table. Should be interesting. It said that he's going to start the show, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I believe I saw that. He's definitely going to be there, and I think it said he will start the show. So
cool.
That'll be must-see TV.
For sure.
And that was Raw, coming off a hot SummerSlam and a decent episode. So a lot of fun. Always fun here with the IWC and talking this wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out everybody that follows along with us. If you haven't turned us off yet, because we clowned your favorite fucking faction. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Please. We really need it.
Let us know in the comments what you think or why you hate us so much. Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm putting the work in and I'm not growing. My fan base isn't growing.
Yeah. So, you already know, this has been the RRW Weekly Review, sorta, for WWE Raw.